All right, well, here at 8 o'clock, we continue to follow breaking news. An overnight shooting leaving 3 people hurt on the campus of Towson University. We do have Rachel Aragon. She is live right now with the latest. Rachel, we just listened in on that press conference, and what can you tell us right now?
Elijah, good morning. What can I tell you? Just heard from Baltimore County Police Chief Melissa Hyatt, who said that initial call for this shooting came in around 2 o'clock this morning. She talked about 3 people being shot, but again, she clarified that all 3 of them, none of them have serious injuries, but they were transported to be treated nonetheless to make sure that they're okay. But again, we asked her personally if she had more information about those 3 victims. All she would say, Elijah, is that they are 3 adults, not whether they're staff or students. We also talked to university officials who said right now there were not many students on campus given that it was the holiday weekend. But again, so far we know 3 people were shot early this morning on campus near, we know, many academic buildings known as Freedom Square. As far as the suspect goes, we also asked her about that. Still no word on who the suspect is or that person's condition. But police did stress this morning, Elijah, that there is no active threat currently on campus. And they're also saying that if anyone has any need for support or counseling, that's also being made available to students and staff as well. But again, to recap, this is an isolated incident, they say, that's still ongoing, and there's detectives still on campus as we speak trying to gather more information. But 3 adults were shot early this morning at the university campus. Reporting live in Towson this morning, Rachel Aragon, Fox 45 Morning News.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Melissa Hyatt of the Baltimore County Police Department. I'm joined this morning by Major John McGann from the Baltimore County Police Department Criminal Investigations Bureau, as well as Sean Welsh, the Interim Vice President for Communications from Towson University. I want to start by addressing the students, staff, parents, and entire Towson University community. The Towson University Police did give the all clear to the university campus community this morning that there is no active threat on campus. I know that the university is offering counseling and support services to students, faculty, and staff should they need them, and they will be able to provide more details on that shortly. Before we provide any information into the details on the incident of what occurred this morning, I want to remind all of you that this is an ongoing and fluid investigation, and as we are in the beginning phases, there is very little in terms of details to report right now. At approximately 2 o'clock this morning, the Baltimore County Police Department received a call to the Towson University campus for a shooting. Upon our arrival, our police officers arrived to assist Towson University police officers who were already on the scene of a shooting with multiple victims. In total, there were 3 victims that were located on campus. All 3 of these victims, who happened to be adults, were transported to area hospitals where they remain for treatment. Detectives from our Violent Crimes Unit are remaining on the scene right now, conducting this investigation. We are continuing to work very closely with Towson University Police on this case. And although the shooting occurred on the Towson University campus, Baltimore County Police will be the primary investigators for this case. We will continue to provide updates over the course of the day and as details develop on this case to the community and to the media. And finally, if anyone has any information, details, cell phone video, anything like that that might be relevant to the case, we would ask that they contact Baltimore County Police at 410-307-2020. Any questions?
You said adults. Can you elaborate more on who they were in terms of staff, students, grads at this point?
So when we have more information, certainly it will be provided. Towson University, who joins me here this morning, will also be able to provide more information. But right now, as you can understand, this is very new, and we just want to make sure that we have all of our information confirmed to make sure we put out accurate information.
Can you tell us precisely where it happened on campus?
I am actually going to refer to my colleague to give better location.
Sure. Good morning. Sean Welsh. I'm the Interim Vice President for University Marketing and Communications. I first want to thank Chief and the Baltimore County Police Department for all of their work in conjunction with our Towson University Police Department. It occurred in the area of Freedom Square, which is at the academic core of our campus, in the center of all of the academic buildings. If you're familiar with campus, it's somewhat downhill from the university library, and it's a common gathering spot for unplanned student events on campus.
Sean, can you tell us if the victims are students?
I don't have that information at this time. We're still trying to gather as much intel as possible, working not only through our office but through Baltimore County Public Safety as well, to try to understand as much information as we can about all the victims and suspects.
Do you know what kind of gathering it was?
We don't, actually. It wasn't planned. It wasn't a university-sanctioned or approved event. These types of events occasionally will pop up at a public university campus, but this was one that was not planned or sanctioned by the university.
Most students are most students gone from campus? I mean, it's a 3-day weekend. Are they?
Sure. Yeah. So there are a number of programs being held around campus this weekend in attempt of engaging the students. It's the first week of the academic year for our student population. We have about 6,000 residential students here on campus. I can't say how many of them are here right now, but
About 22,000 altogether.
correct.
This might be a question for Chief Hyatt or Sean. Any information about any possible suspects of this identified, arrested, whatever?
So right now, as I said before, this is very preliminary, and our detectives literally right now are on the campus, are at the hospital, and are doing a canvass. So we will provide more information when we have it, but right now it's just too soon to put out anything.
Are the victims related at all?
Again, I wish I could provide more information, but it's so preliminary. When we have that information, we will share it when it's appropriate to do so.
Chief, you described this as an isolated incident. Is it a dispute among people, or I mean, it's not a random attack?
So part of what we're doing right now is, getting that information and confirming it. Again, at this time, we believe this to be an isolated incident, and as more information develops, we'll put it out.
A question for Sean. Was there any kind of alert that went out to students when this incident initially happened?
Yeah, the university has both emailed and text alert capabilities to send messages not only to students but also to faculty, staff, and we have messages out to families as well of all of our students. So that took place overnight through our Office of Public Safety and through the Communications Office.
Is there anything else that students or the campus should know? I know to stay away right
Sure.
now, but is it disrupting anything else in terms of this weekend into Monday?
Sure. I think the most important thing for our students to know right now is that the university staff, through our Student Affairs Office, our University Health Center, our Residence Life staff, are all prepared to provide support for our students as needed. The one thing I do want to note is the counseling and support services being offered through the University Health Center and through the University Counseling Center. The phone number for that, for any of the students who might be at home and watching this, is 410-704-2512. And you can find all that information at towson.edu as well. So we're providing support services for our students.